We are pouring the most beautiful blue right here.
Grand Junction, Colorado.
Grand Junction, Colorado. Shout out to all our peeps around the world. How is everybody this morning? It's still morning. It's 10:44. Is it 10? Is it 11?
11.
Oh, gee, Merry Christmas. That talks off. Always got to start out with a big dick-shaped pour here accidentally. That is an amazing blue right there. If you don't like that, I don't know what you like. What would you like? Where are you guys watching from this morning? Where's our watchers at? We have been being told a lot of you guys don't get notified, I guess, when we go live. I'm not sure why. But sometimes our TikTok channel can be kind of difficult to grow when we don't get the notifications out to you guys. Let us know if you guys got notified.
Joel said Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee. How you doing up there in Milwaukee? I bet you're ready for the humidity to end. You guys have cold winters up there in Milwaukee, though. I think I was there one winter in Milwaukee working, and it was so damn cold. That humid cold's brutal too. But it's so beautiful, very beautiful up there. Thank you, Joel.
Sam said hi.
Sam, good to see you, Sam from Pennsylvania. JD from Chicago, good. I'm glad to see some of them have been notified. Thanks for all the love, guys. Thanks for following along. Hope we're valuable here today.
He said, yeah, for the high snow sometimes in negative.
Oh, jeez, -10. Don't even talk to me. All right, so we have our trans colors here today. Translucent colors are colors that really don't show up almost at all unless you put them against a black background. So we mixed a little bit of black base, and we're going to try, kind of want to do like a real ribboned pour into here of each one of these. So I'm just putting a little bit of black. It's weird. These all look like a cream, but this is actually really super red. And I think we have red. What do we have here? Is that red?
Yeah.
I think we have red, purple, and gold, right?
Yep.
So I'm just going to do one little swirl here. This is our red. Now look down into here. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see the color shifting there. You can see when that black mixes into that trans color, it starts really shifting. That's how you get your really pretty color shift. Is it color correcting so much you can't see it on the screen?
It's like a weird white balance happening. That looks so cool.
I think I'm going to try for an all dirty pour wood grain.
Is that red?
That is red, translucent red, guys. You're going to see a couple of colors come across here. It's going to be awesome. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions. This is your live, not mine. So you tell me. This is the 2 Live crew. Michael and Levi.
Monster drink artists.
Say what?
Monster drink artists.
Monster drink artists. Do you guys do art with monster drinks? Okay, this is purple. This is purple. Like that good purple. Look at that. Oh, man. I don't know. That's going to be pretty across there. Miami. Welcome, welcome, Miami. Oh, yes. Okay, that's freaking hot.
It's hot.
No, like hot.
Oh.
That's hot as in damn sexy. That's hot like your mom. Not your, I'm sorry, your mom's so sweet. When I say your mom, I'm not talking about a specific mother. I'm talking about all your moms, metaphorically.
Someone said, do you have a workshop in September?
We do have a workshop in September, and it's going to be all in English and all in Spanish. So it's going to be a really fun time. We're going to have Neto coming up from Mexico, and he'll be teaching an all Spanish portion of the workshop. That's going to be really fun.
And for 20% off.
Oh, 20% off, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, 20% off of, oh shoot, yes, of our workshops. How did I? I'm not a very good salesman. I'm just here to have fun with you guys. See what you guys love. What do you guys want to see more of? Don't say nipple or something weird about me or my socks or feet or something. I don't want all the truck drivers wanting those toe pictures anymore. I'm done sending them. I'm done sending foot pictures out to the truck drivers. That's a joke, by the way. I've never sent a toe picture out to anybody. But I hear, like, if you're a pretty girl, that pays. My shoes? Oh, my shoes today are very dirty boots. I just wore these to Little Rock, Arkansas. Did somebody say shoes? They were thinking, never mind. I thought you said shoes. My new boots. I got them trashed in Arkansas. I actually left my hat. My hat's had so much concrete dust in it and sweat. It weighed like 10 extra pounds. So I was like, this will have to just be donated to the cause. Okay, guys, this is going to be a party.
What is he mixing with the black to create the transparent colors?
This is translucent mica powder, sold here at Countertop Epoxy. Thank you for joining our live so much, guys. Me trying to be an artist, isn't that funny?
Someone said I have family in Little Rock.
Family in Little Rock. Dude, what a pretty... I got to meet some really good people there. Just some really good people. I was very blessed with the people I am able to do business there in Little Rock with. It's a really young couple. They're starting a salon. And probably some of the best people I know. I don't know. There's always people you hope to see succeed, and there were some people I want to see succeed at everything they do. Young lady, I think she's in her early 20s, starting her own salon. That's got to be hard.
The cost of the workshop.
Cost of the workshop, very hands-on. $349, and that's 3 days of mixing epoxy, pouring epoxy, torching epoxy, learning about floors. We pour big floors in almost every workshop. Countertops, we trowel wall epoxy. We'll probably be trying to do a tub. We might even be doing another layer on our ocean floor here at our office. Some fun shit. Fun freaking projects. If you don't like class, you're just somebody we probably wouldn't like. We probably wouldn't get along.
20% off.
And 20% off.
So she said my brother-in-law and his wife are both doctors.
In Little Rock?
Yeah.
Oh, doctors in Little Rock. Well, I'm sure they're busy if they're doctors in Little Rock. Thank you. It's one sad thing. I was in LA last week. It's sad to see a lot of the areas of LA I used to go to that actually had like pretty beaches and whatnot, and that just drugs are taking over and they're just turning so crappy. Sad to see what America's okay with nowadays. So that's...
What I want to do in my house floors, is it pretty expensive to do?
No, it's actually very inexpensive. If you're wanting your floors redone, the epoxy is just an amazing route to take. As financially, especially if you're willing to put some money into it yourself, or some time into it rather, some sweat equity, it's very valuable. So
Brandy said we got our glitter, just waiting on the epoxy we ordered. So excited to work on our...
What's up, Brandy? Thank you, Brandy. I'm excited to see how it goes for you. Make sure to call our office and ask any questions, and let us know however we can help you through your project. And thanks for hitting up our live right now.
Are you going to blow the epoxy after you finish pouring?
I'm not going to blow it per se. Like, I don't know how you mean blow, but yeah, I'm going to torch the crap out of it if I can. Might light it on fire.
I don't know what you're making.
What am I making.
What kind of paints would I use? Can this go on wood or only
Just
concrete?
only use, this can go over wood or concrete or tile, but this is just a countertop epoxy, and all the colors come, you can mix them right into your epoxy, and we send the colors and everything, so they'll be very color stable. So thank you for the love, guys. I'm going to light this on fire here, and then you're going to actually see the colors pop out of it. And then I'm going to show you guys how to do glass beads. We're going to pour the glass beads to rejection. You don't really ever see the color until you kind of lay it down, especially metallics. They have all the little air bubbles in them, and they reflect. And if you give it a long enough, they'll lay down quite a bit. But torching is just such a great way to not manipulate your pattern too much more, but just really, it quickly warms it, softens the epoxy, lets it lay really flat, and then you really see your pattern pop out. But I like to give it a minute before I do that. That's kind of why I pour my stuff first, start working on my pattern, and then torch it a little later. You don't need to add a bunch of excess heat right away. Leave your product, cool and easy to work with. If you get your product out of those cups in time, you mix according to the instructions, you're working in, say, a 75-degree room, you'll have it easily like two hours with no real skill level needed to work with the epoxy, which is significant. To have 2 hours to work with product, that's longer than you need. So it makes it a really low stress situation if you're trying to do your own countertops or something like that. And if you kind of follow a few of our little pointers, you can even get another hour out of that. And then sometimes you can work with the temperature and trying to raise your temperatures to actually create different unique effects or whatnot. I'm probably going to see just how solid I can torch this and get it to show the pattern really crisp just by torching it. And then I'm going to spray it with alcohol and kind of show you the difference, what happens when you kind of break it up, and that you can break something up with a little bit of just clear alcohol. We spray all 99%. We do spray a lot of colors in our alcohol, and I may do that in a second, but I'm going to start out just by spraying a clear alcohol only. So thank you everybody for being out here. Hit that follow button and hit that like button. Just call our office, Eduardo. I'm sure we'll figure this out, Eduardo. If you're wanting to come to the class, I just want you at the class, and we'll figure out however you need to take care of it financially, however we need to. So if you want to come and learn, just call the office and ask to talk to Monica, Eduardo. We have a Spanish-speaking tech help. She's a gangster too. Monica's one of our ladies, so talk to her and she'll work out whatever we need to get you here. You could show up with gold in your pocket, or you could just show up and eat pizza and have good food. And if you can't afford it, I'll help cover your class for you. Oh yeah. I don't know, I'm liking it, guys. Are you guys liking this? Are you guys able to see how that's laying down? I'm not too sad with that. What are you thinking? Michael, is that good? Or I think I'm going to spritz it with the clear, though, just to show you guys. I just need to show you guys my potential to F things up. So here we go. It's never too late to disappoint your mother's kids. Especially your TikTok live audience. I know I always have potential to piss them off, one squirt at a time. And I was going to show you guys the gun table yesterday. I have a gun table that's like a 1,000-pound table with like an actual RPG-7 that's been decommissioned and some AK-47s and AR-15s in it. And we were going to test showing it off again, and I didn't. So we'll show you at the end of this live today. If you notice, there's little divots when the alcohol hits it, but that actually evaporates out and leaves a really glassy finish afterwards. And we don't need to leave it like this, but I just wanted to show you just how simple a little bit of clear alcohol can give you a totally different look than what you had before. So, and if you want that crisp, man, I'm actually not that sad with that, are you? That's actually kind of clean. But when has anyone ever known Levi to stop when he should? Not my high school girlfriends. No, I'm kidding. I was a real chump in high school. I dated this, like, I actually liked the same girl for 8 years. Good God, she is like so ugly. I saw her a while back. Thank God Jesus didn't answer those prayers. So I liked her for 8 years. Wouldn't even talk to other girls. And she turned out to be so stuck up. She couldn't date me. Her family actually let her know because I was kind of poor. And they had her actually date, and she ended up marrying a banker. And that didn't work out well for her. So always follow love. There I am telling shitty stories. Online classes, we have a lot of YouTube videos. We have a very significant YouTube channel that's been growing lately, and quite a bit. We do the TikTok lives every day, and we have online staff that'll help you through anything. Oh, this is like really, I'm actually liking this more. To hell with that though. I'm gonna do some real, where's my claw?
Well, there's that one.
That's a chump claw. I want a real claw. I want a damn bear claw.
Oh, there.
Is it here? Yes. Michael, you have all the best ideas.
You liked your stories. I want to hear more.
Do you guys like all my stories? So this girl, I joined the Marine Corps, and this girl, we won't say real names. She actually wrote me every day I joined the Marine Corps, and she would write me like a book every day. And then one time it just stopped, and I was like, well, the 1 letters I got disappeared. Which isn't the funnest thing when you're in boot camp, but it allowed me to worry about things that mattered, and definitely not girls. So, anyways, long story short, she did get a way cooler boyfriend. It was this rich banker, and I was just the poor contractor that did construction and whatnot. And then I get home, and I meet her new husband, that they got married, and she brags that he's a banker at Wells Fargo. I see him like 2 weeks later. He gets fired because he called a girl a bitch, and he was framing houses for like $7 an hour. And of course the family hates him, so now they got divorced, and because now he's not what they wanted. So don't pressure your kids to be little punks. It's hard enough to find love. What do you make it? You don't have to put a bunch of extra barriers. But however, thank God her family was stuck up, because I saw her face and I was like, whew, that didn't age well. I didn't age well either. She probably went home and was like, good Lord, I saw Levi. What a hideous asshole. One time, this is really funny. There was a girl, I went to this little Christian school as a kid, which wasn't very Christian, I learned later. It just happened to be a church school. And this girl, Carol Davison, just hated me, and I hadn't seen her for years. And I see her at this random meeting I didn't even know she was going to be at a graduation in Washington State. And I was like, holy crap, that girl that hated me all the way through, from like 7th grade through 12th grade, was there. I wasn't a huge fan of her. And then I see her just ranting to her parents about how terrible I am. She didn't know I was standing right behind her. So it's kind of a great way how we met again. This is turning beautiful. No, the alcohol doesn't. But dude, this is like banging. Your moms would call me to come do this in their houses. So I guarantee it. Dude, heck yeah, just take a little putty knife and a pair of scissors and just makes all kinds of amazing things happen. Sorry for my dumb stories, guys.
I'm glad you caught it.
It's gonna be beautiful. Now we're gonna torch it again so we see what our colors are. Now you're gonna see all the beautiful colors kind of mixed into a really natural wood grain pattern. I'm actually liking this more than what we did yesterday now. I did not expect to love this. I love that when you chop the air into it on purpose, when you drag that backwards, you can get all these little air bubbles pushed into the epoxy, and then when you torch them, you can make them pop like this, and it leaves these really neat, pretty little circles. Probably one of my favorite patterns there. Oh, guys, you have a special treat. Let me tell you, we have the best artist around, Mr. Romero here. He dropped by, Scott Romero, and dropped off some amazing piece of art he worked on with all wall epoxy and countertop epoxy. And just, you guys are gonna need to be sitting down when you see it, I promise you. It's an ocean scene, all done with epoxy by an amazing artist here local. And we're just lucky enough to live by him. And I want to see who would actually want to come and attend a class like that if he could teach you guys just some of the fun techniques on how to work with epoxy. And holy shit, this is turning out beautiful. I'll show you how to finger paint and just do dumb shit, and he'll show you actually how to be an artist. You know, I always go to 99% isopropyl, Kevin, and that's just because it's less tendency for fisheye and whatnot. I'm not sure exactly all the scientific reasons. I do believe your 99 isopropyl is about 5.6 pounds per gallon, so it's really light. It evaporates really pure. It leaves very little residue. I know some people have used denatured, but your isopropyl tends to work a little better, in my opinion, without ever getting those fish eyes. I hope you guys can see this, because I'm getting an epoxy boner right now.
You don't need a mask?
No, you don't need a mask, because this here is actually our platinum black label epoxy by countertopepoxy.com. And we have actually specially manufactured this. It has 0 volatile organic content or evaporative chemicals coming out of it during the mixing process. Holy cow, that's good over here. Who said what?
Bent Feather. Hello, grandson.
Hey, hello, Grandma. God bless you. I hope you're having an awesome day. It's not my real grandma. It's my TikTok grandma. So any of the other grandmas, you're second in line behind her. So, okay, come and look at this on this side, dude. Look at through here. That is banging. We're in Western Colorado, Grand Junction. You can fly directly into our town here if you ever want to come to a class. So, and I'm sure everybody here wants to see me spray it, because you guys were just really hoping that I wouldn't just leave it alone. So there you are. You get your wishes. I never leave anything alone.
You guys have your classes on Fort Worth.
You can fly right into Grand Junction. People come from all over the world generally to our classes. Most of our classes are about 20 people to 30 people. Our biggest classes have been, usually we hold those in our bigger facility, about 70 people. But usually we try to keep them smaller. Our class coming up next week is a little bit more unique because we're working on some fun projects. So that's still a bit smaller of a class, and I'm glad because of the projects we'll be working on. Oh, wait till you see this art, guys. I'm showing you some real art too. It's not like this crap I'm doing. Then we'll come back and look at the crap I'm doing, but I want to show you guys what Mr. Romero's been doing. All right. Kevin, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. And I always, if you spray alcohol, as you see, when I sprayed alcohol, it broke our pattern quite a bit. And this was a metallic pattern, so spraying alcohol is a great way to manipulate a pattern and break it. If you don't want that to happen, and you want to keep your pattern really crisp, like say you did some dirty pours through it and you didn't want to manipulate them too much, just torch it really lightly and leave it as is, and you don't need to spray any alcohol. The alcohol really is an added step. So, and if you don't mind that look and you prefer to have specifically that manipulated pattern, maybe you would just only want to spray alcohol, and that alone, that's also just fine. So, a lot of people do choose to do that. So,
Smooth.
this this will cure as smooth as glass. Smooth like ice. Smooth like ice.
Joel said I was lucky to be in a small class.
Joel, we're lucky to have you here, man.
You have your own brand of resin?
We do. This is countertopepoxy.com. Thank you for that. Thanks, David. David, thank you.
Is it safe to use epoxy in gas fireplace?
Around it, I wouldn't use it in the fireplace because that's where you burn like wood and stuff. But if you just around it, we do tons of like fireplace covers and stuff like that with epoxy. That's a really common application. So.
Can you do this on an existing tile counter?
You can. This one of the real common applications on this, because this is a very high-end epoxy with a specific method. We trowel epoxy. That we have a non-sag that we trowel on first really quickly, and then we pour this right over that. And you could make an old tile countertop look just like this, very easy. Probably prettier than this. Probably wouldn't mess with it as long as I do. Puerto Rico. Hello, Puerto Rico. How are you? If you want any of my art, because I don't really consider anything I do art, I'm not really an artist, all you have to do is donate to the backpack program, or a couple different African projects. We're working on building some schools right now over there, and if you donate to either of those projects, one is a big one we're working on right now that's already started a school, is Starfish, and there's a link in giving on our page. And if you donate to that, show us a receipt and pay for shipping. As long as you cover shipping, which is usually pretty cheap on these flat panels, we'll send it right to you. All you have to do is donate to somebody more needy. I believe the key to being blessed is to be a blessing. If anybody out there listening, if you're like praying to God and you're ever stressed out and you're like, man, I need my job to go better, I need my home to go better, I need this to go better, that to go better. If you're ever worried, just start trying to figure out, pray about people you can bless during the day. Try to be good to people around you, and all of a sudden you're going to just start receiving things back. So if you ever want to be blessed, just be a blessing. Oh, thanks, Bent Feather. Probably a lot more douchey when I was younger, and that's freaking pretty as shit. I like that. I'm not too sad about this. That one little thin spot, because I kept messing with it. Getting that flat. Oh, that's nice. My dad raised me, and then my mom. Now I'm getting to have a good relationship with her as well. I was primarily raised by my father since I was about 2. So look at that, guys. That is pretty. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to show you some really pretty art. I'll show you that in between, and then we're going to come in and I'll do glass beads. But I'm going to show you guys the prettiest art you guys have ever seen. And I'm going to put this back. This is not the prettiest art you've ever seen, but I do need to put it back in place. I don't know which ends are sand. So I was going to give this to somebody in California and LA last week for a job, and we ended up not. We're going to pass the art piece, and then we're going to come back on it. And whoop, whoop. That would have been awesome if you guys got to see me trip and fall on my own floor. Sexy effing bathtub right here. Clean yourself in that thing. Now, hold on. I'm going to go get the other art piece too, because this is just too badass to ignore. So do you guys see this art? Look at the ocean. This is all from the same artist here. This is wall epoxy that we sell that he troweled and mixed all in, and temporarily mixed different little batches, and then poured countertop epoxy over the top, and he did some layering. And I mean, look at that 3-dimensional waterline in there. So a real artist. This guy actually used to teach. He was trained by the same guy that trained Bob Ross, and he taught art classes for the Bob Ross Art Foundation or whatever. So, and this is his second time ever working with the wall epoxy, and here is his first time ever working with wall epoxy. So I'm sure you guys are blown away. If you're not, you don't know how difficult this is. I couldn't believe it personally. I was very impressed. So then I asked him if he would let us keep some of his stuff here for a while to show off. He also did some really cool Jesus pictures that he printed. He used to be the editor for a Harley Davidson, like Easy Rider magazine or some big, I'm probably getting that one wrong, but there is Mr. Romero's wall epoxy art. First time ever, second time ever. So, and he could come and do wall murals or anything like that if he wanted to, but I think this is adding to our badass beach vibe we have in here on our floor. And the next class coming up, I'm going to show you guys most likely the best way to get a sandy beach inside of a home, because we've done one really cool beach video that's coming out where we did a dance floor in a basement, all like an actual beach floor layered with clear water and whatnot, and we're getting a little better at it. I'll keep improving. So the next class is probably going to be working right here and doing some of that. And then without further ado, I'm going to show you guys urethane really quick. And then I'll show you guys the gun table, the most controversial table on the internet. It's got our, how many times has our channel been pulled because we saw that table? Like 3 times now. That we've looked at it, I think, 4 times, and it's been pulled 3 times. So we're going to show you. When I say it's been pulled, I'm talking about our YouTube or our TikTok channel, guys. Only talking about our TikTok channel. Now this is urethane. We're trying to make a very durable outdoor countertop for a coffee bar for just a friend of ours, Mrs. Moon, and she's just a badass. We're doing a quick little video on her coffee shop. Such a sweet lady, and her little entryway, or her little desk in front of her coffee shop was kind of falling apart the other day. So Michael and myself were thinking, since we do art every day for you guys for free, why don't we just do something for fun for this lady? So here we are. We're gonna go deliver this to her and put it on the front of her coffee shop. Unfortunately, it'll probably have to be Monday that I deliver this because we'll have to have the urethane dry. But one look I've just been loving lately, we'll see if you guys are on my side or if you guys think I'm a big failure. We're going to let you guys vote on the glass bead look because I'm loving it. Just want to roll the sides and the top. This is extremely UV resistant, very chemical resistant, scratch resistant, chemical resistant. It resists the devil, Bobby. No, I don't know. I don't know everything it resists, but everything that matters to epoxy, basically. Okay. Do a little cross roll action on this. Now, normally you're not going to want to foam roll urethane too much. You'll want to really lightly use a foam roller and get off it lightly because you're not wanting to leave air bubbles or debris. But we just care that this is kind of heavier. I'm leaving it a little heavier so it has enough to grab in and actually bond to some of these glass beads. And glass beads are just that, a tiny, tiny little, that's a glass. Don't leave the GL off, or it has a whole different meaning. You could really confuse a customer. So, but they're like perfectly symmetrical. They look white, but that's because they're not in a liquid. So as soon as they're broadcast into the urethane, it'll leave a really unique hue. So Miss Glitterous Blower here. This is one of our favorite customers sent us our Glitterous Blower stickers, and I am going to put it in the sucker of my Glitterous Blower and do a full broadcast. And I'm going to do at least 1 layer on this. I may even come back in here today. The urethane lasts mixed for a long time if you cover it, for months, until it's uncovered. So I'll come in here later today, most likely, roll another thin layer on this of urethane and broadcast some more glass beads. So I want this to have a really cool finish on it for her. You can get it so natural, like a stone almost, with these glass beads. It's a really cool look. Okay. After you sand it, I don't ever do clear top coats, and I don't do urethanes. Only very unique situations like this for her, because this is going to be outside with like coffee stuff, and it's kind of a rougher environment where she's going to have a lot of walk-up customers, all exterior. So we're doing this, but I never do top coats on any of my epoxy ever. But we do have Diamond Shield, and that's a nano coating that you can actually mix in. So now we'll show you'll apply it, and I'll explain that. There's a video on it, and that turned out really pretty. I don't know. Do you guys like that? Did it turn out all right? I just told you guys that it turned out so pretty, but maybe you guys should be the actual judges of that. The artist always, I'm more critical of my work probably. So, but I think that one actually turned out pretty. So.
No. They said, damn, that's nice. I'm going to risk.
Damn, Gina. Okay, we might lose our channel here, but I'm going to show you guys. And I haven't even been in my office, so hopefully I don't have like underwear out or something horrible. So that's, and people always want to know how durable our floors are. And I always tell them, like, I literally park mine and my kids' dirt bikes on it. And I know people think I'm full of crap. I actually do. So, and I ride my dirt bike down the hallway, and I do what the hell I want. No, I do what you guys want usually. That's the real key to being a business owner, is being good at just doing what other people want. Serving others. All right, here is the table. This is about a 1,000 pound table here. It's 4 inches thick. It's 110 gallons of resin. It is, we cast about $7,500 worth of inert, all decommissioned, 2 AK-47s, an M16A1, an M4, an RPG-7. So a bunch of 50 cal brass, 7.62, loaded and unloaded. But it's all, of course, inert. Like, it's loaded, totally inert. So, and it weighs about 1,000 pounds, a little over, probably about 1,150 pounds to be exact. And this here, I didn't know, I do about 4,000 of these in the morning just to wake up. Sorry, I don't actually at all. But this here is our waterfall desk. This is my desk. This is where I sit. I have a nice desk, but I don't do it. This is not as fun as epoxy. Oh yeah, behind there? Yeah, probably bad. But this here is probably the best way I have ever found to do a waterfall table is to pour it all flat and then to cut it and miter it and seam it back together, which is exactly how we got this looking so clean. So there you guys got to see our crazy table. Thank you to the gods of TikTok. Thank you to my God. My God's the real God, so he didn't let us get pulled that time. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and thank you so much for joining us on a live, and hope you join us for a class so you can do floors just like the ones we're walking on. This was all done right over tile. We had a nasty tile grid system in here, and we had about a $480,000 quote to get the tile grid system pulled out and have concrete poured in, or we just poured epoxy on it, and that's what we chose. So, and of course, we can always make stuff look better than anybody else. So God bless you guys. Kill a pedophile if I don't see you before this afternoon or Monday. And I'll see you probably for the live on the Monday class. And I hope I see some of you guys in our class on Monday. So I'll thank you so much.